Hi everyone, and yeah, that's right, and it's time for some geeky stuff and nerdy stuff. So I'm pretty sure that some of you experienced that moment when you found a problem, you spotted a problem, and you think there should be an app for that. And then you start to look for it. It turns out there's nothing like that, and maybe your creativity and creation passion kicks in, and you want to build it, and you maybe start to sketch it on a napkin, and then boom, reality hits in, and you find out that that you don't know how to code. Yeah, so to make it true, you need to hire a developer. It's expensive, and then you start to doubt about this problem, and slowly the idea fades away. And this has been a problem for the decades for people with brilliant ideas, but no technical ability to deliver them. And a few years back, delivering a mobile app required a team of devs, a few months of work, and meaning a bunch of money. And today, it can be done over the weekend by a teenager without writing a single line of code. So I will take you on a fast forward journey from the old world called Can I Build It to the brand new we currently live in called What Should I Build? And AI is here for a while with a huge acceleration coming from ChatGPT released back in 2022. And it's quite obvious already. It brings us huge value on our personal life, on our business, in our activities, range variety of activities. And actually, we all started with the AI assistants, so the tools like ChatGPT, like Claude, like Gemini, like Grok, you name it. Then we decided to take the brain out of them and use LLMs, so large language models, in our own products and solutions. Then we decided to put these LLMs in a chain and chain them together in a workflow, each of them giving the specific task to be done. And now we are entering the era of AI agents that can also be put together in a crew and acting as a gigantic workflow, and it all happened in a breathtaking speed. And speaking of these agents, we might treat them as a digital employee that are autonomous in decision making. We give them some role, we give them some tools, we give them a task to be done, and they can interact with the environment, they can adapt to new circumstances. But what's most important, we interact with them in our plain natural language. And this is a wholly new approach to interact with technology. And speaking of tasks, what task can we give them? From the problem-solving perspective and building, one of the most exciting areas that AI agents are already super capable of is building software. Who knows this guy? Raise your hand. Who it is? Andrej Karpate, exactly. And for those of you who don't know, he's like a superhero of AI and computer science world, co-founder of OpenAI, former director of computer vision at Tesla. And back in 2023, he already said that the hottest new programming language is English. And today we are quite confident to say that Polish, German, French, Spanish, and no matter what major language spoken in the world we choose, it is equally hot. And the progress, the last 2-year progress, made Andrej coin another term, another approach to programming, which is called vibe coding. And what exactly it is? As he says, this is a new kind of coding where you fully give in to the vibes, embrace exponentials, and forget that the code even exists. He says, I also just talk, so I barely even touch the keyboard. I just see stuff, say stuff, run stuff, and copy-paste stuff, and it mostly works. So imagine the creation process behind it. You just say, I want an app that will calculate calories based on food images. Yeah, so you give the idea, the AI is handling the plan to make it come true. It builds the components, and you just make the conceptual decisions. And it more looks like a aesthetic, artistic process than the traditional programming, like going from a need to build a car engine to go to the grocery store to asking AI, hey, I need to get some milk. And AI is not only building the car, but also asking, hey, maybe some cookies for this milk as well. And by the way, if some of you wanted to build this app, it was launched by a 17-year-old last year and already making over $1 million in monthly subscriptions. Y Combinator, one of the biggest startup accelerators in the US, recently talked to their tech founders, so software engineers building their own startups and products, about this whole concept of AI agents, code gen, and automation, and vibe coding. And what they learned is very interesting. One of them said, I don't write code much, I just think and review. Another said, I'm no longer an engineer, I'm a product person. And this one hits hard. Human taste is now more important than ever, as code generation tools make everyone a 10x engineer, meaning 10 times more productive. So human taste, what does it mean exactly in this particular context? So this is your essentially ability to distinguish between good solution and a bad one, between valuable solution from a useless one. This is the internal voice that will allow you to tell, this feels right, this solves a real problem, this will make someone's life better. And for now it all looks beautiful. We just get the idea, tell AI to do it, produce an application, and launch it, and everything's fine. But there are still two challenges around the whole process. The first one is vibe debugging, which means fixing the errors it's created in the whole process, because LLMs can both create a good code, but they can also create a bad code that looks good. And this leads to some errors. So obviously we might tell AI, hey, fix your mess and fix this problem, fix it, fix it, fix it. But sometimes we might end up in this endless loop of fixing the same issue. And sometimes it's even better to step back to the last working checkpoint and start all over again. And probably looking at the pace of progress, this problem won't stay with us for long, because AI agents will be both more capable of writing better code and more capable of fixing the errors. And another challenge is that your taste and intuition can be wrong. And I want to depict that on a very inspiring example of one person called Peter Levels. You can find him on X by recognizing his profile by this lovely cover photo. And Peter is from Holland, and he has absolutely no experience in coding, and using AI agents, automation, and no-code tools. Throughout the last 3 years, he built 7 successful products, making a few $1,000s a month. But what's missing in this picture, because it looks very impressive, is that Peter, throughout the same 3 years, built 70 of them. So as you see, most of them failed, giving him like 5 to 10% success rate. So even a person that lives and breathes this AI, no-code, and automation world, most of the time is wrong. And it might look like a failure, but in fact it's a strategy. And the philosophy is quite simple. Build only what solves a real problem, launch it as soon as possible, quickly, using the tools that we have in hand, kill it if it doesn't work, learn from the failure, and move on. And this is the mindset of a true problem solver in the AI era. And one of the quotes that also stuck in my head comes from Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. that said that he has a betting pool with his colleagues for the first year of a unicorn run by one person, which we thought it's impossible, and now it seems it's inevitable. And imagine like running something that required 200 people with just one person having 200 digital AI agents behind the back. So we confidently answered the first question, can I build it? Yes, you can, everyone can. But something that will differ those making noise from those making impact is answering the second one. And actually that answer won't come from AI. It must come from from you, your creativity, your empathy, your human taste. Because technology has finally caught up with your imagination, and it's time for your imagination to catch up currently with technology. Because without any doubt, there's never been a better time in human history to be a builder. All you need to do is to look as a problem solver at the world, experiment, don't be afraid of it, build, sometimes fail, learn from these failures, and repeat the whole process with persistence. So in the meanwhile, wishing you good luck, builders. Thank you.